Hello everybody, my name is Sirhc and welcome to episode 77, the final episode of Underground. And I'm in creative today. We're going to be taking a tour of our base. That's all we're going to do. Take a trip down memory lane, see everything that we've done to kind of wrap up this series before we start our new single player series. And so I'm going to be switching between creative mode and spectator mode. In fact, let's go into spectator mode so that we can kind of take a look outside of this building as well and see what it looks like. Ooh. So we are starting off here in the Hall of Subscribers. This is a place very near and dear to my heart. Sadly, I haven't really done much work on it recently, but this place is where I have written names of many of the subscribers that I've gotten over the years. I've tried to add as many as I could. There's a total of 2,880 names in here right now. I think I last really updated it when I hit about 3,000 subscribers. And it's very humbling. It's very awe-inspiring. The reason why I created this was to honor you guys and just as like a visual of how many of you there are, how many people have hit the subscribe button. And I love just looking at it. I would love to continue doing something like this in the new series. I don't know exactly what. It would be kind of a pain to go back and add all of the names that I've already put here. Maybe I could just continue on from where I am now and have this be like the first part of the hall and then kind of continue the hall in the next series. Or I could do something that's maybe less personal and it has more to do with just the number of people rather than the actual people. Because I don't have records of all the names of people who have subscribed. Obviously, I have all of these, but even this, like when I last updated it, was missing some names from when I first started, and just because of the way, like the only list I have is on YouTube, and it doesn't go back all the way. And now that I haven't updated this in the past however long, I'm sure I'm missing names, even if I were to try to bring this up to date. So I'm not sure what I would do. If you have any suggestions on a way to do this, that would be awesome. Because again, I would love to kind of honor you guys or do something for all of you viewers and subscribers to show my thanks, I guess. But yeah, so this is the Hall of Subscribers. It's like 200 and what did I say? 216 blocks long all the way down here. Had to dig this all out by hand with no haste beacons or anything. Build it all. Took a lot of work, but it was really cool to do. And then that opens up into our tree farm. And this is just a giant area I dug out so we could have a beautiful forest underground with lots of trees. Ooh, nothing really too special or fancy there. And that opens up into kind of the main part of our base. This is where we started out here. We moved out here around episode 11 or 12. I think we did we fight the dragon? No, we found the stronghold in episode 10. I think we fought the dragon in episode 20. So we moved out here pretty quickly after finding the stronghold. I asked viewers just for random coordinates because it's kind of hard to find a base or a place for a base when you're underground and you can't really see where you're going. But I asked viewers for just coordinates, and I got coordinates near here. We came in here, and this is the world was kind of like this. This cave wasn't quite as open as it is now, and obviously there was lava down here instead of water. But I saw this and thought that, yeah, this will do quite nicely. There was lots of caves kind of going all around this area that we have since transformed into our base. So yeah, this is where we started. Obviously, we have our storage room back here, our mine shaft. I've dug many shafts that way, getting all of our resources. This mine shaft isn't super big. We have our bulk storage room up here. Hopefully the spectator mode isn't too disorienting. I do kind of want to show how everything is connected, so I want to stay inside a little bit, but yeah, and then we have our pallet room, one of our recent builds. We did have a pallet room a long time ago, but and that was like right behind the storage room here, but that got taken out. Over down this way, this was a pretty early build as well. Made a fish farm so that we could get items like leather and water bottles and fish for food. So that was very instrumental in our survival here. We have our mob farm, which looks like this from the outside. We got lots of platforms with slime blocks holding back water that push the mobs down and to the center. Pretty interesting design. Has worked out very nicely. Oh, they're in activates. So all the slime blocks went down. Uses the slime blocks to really decrease the amount of other resources that we need, like redstone and pistons. And then all those items, the mobs fall, all those items get sorted into all these chests back here with some item filters. Over here we have our brewing station. I always meant to upgrade this, but never did, because it was kind of instrumental and helpful to us since we had no natural regen. Had to use the potions quite a bit to heal. This thing doesn't work anymore, actually, or at least not how I liked it. Let's see, if we go to game mode 1, they changed the hitbox on stairs, so we can't reload it from here anymore. You used to be able to click through these stairs when they were bent like that. But this was a mushroom... Whoop. This was a mushroom stew dispenser. I originally was going to live off of mostly mushroom stew. That's how I spent a lot, or that's how I survived early on. And I was going to have these everywhere that I could just come, step on, drink the mushroom stew, and then toss the bowl back in. And when this light indicated whether this was full or not, and when it was empty, you just go and craft some more mushroom stew, fill it up again. Let's see, I guess up here we got our bedroom with the mushroom blocks that I had to piston over. I did finish this a little bit. I added this wall here. Otherwise, just some fancy items here. Nothing too special, kind of a lame bedroom. Off this way, we found skeleton spawner and cave spider spawner. So I made a XP farm that I haven't used very often. XP/item farm. Haven't used this thing too much. Oh, and it's even broken. I should probably fix that. Broke some glass, I guess, and just replaced it with lapis blocks. I'm actually not even sure if this is working now. I think it might be, because they took away the translocation, didn't they? I know that kind of broke this spider farm, because the spiders, instead of getting crushed, they were like getting pulled into the wall. So I'm not sure if that's still working or not. Let's see, back this way we have our smelting area. This is our furnace array with, there should be 64 furnaces here, I believe. One of the prettier ones that I've done. I've never gone through and like put blocks here to cover up all the stone and nastiness above and below the farm. So it actually looks kind of neat when you look down this peering window. It also has a system for if you put logs in there to smelt into charcoal, it'll actually pull it out and auto fill all of the fuel hoppers with the charcoal. So that's pretty nice. I haven't really used that very much, but it was kind of an interesting little feature. And then just a general smelting area here. This is where I smelt most of my things. This is another little charcoal generator. Although I have tons of coal, so it's not like I ever really needed it. So much coal. Over this way, we got a little crafting area with some resources. My kitchen, which is very cramped and actually doesn't really have enough room for everything, like beets. But all of those chests get filled automatically. When we harvest these farms, all the items get sent down here and through the hoppers, get raised up and sorted out into these chests. And then over here, obviously, we have our farms. I have automatic mushroom farms giving us tons and tons of mushrooms. Back here is just a big timer that activates some water every once in a while. It looks like it should be activating soon with all the mushrooms that we have there. But yeah, that fills up this chest. I'm actually surprised we don't have a full double chest of mushrooms yet. kind of a slow gathering, but again, back when I was using mushrooms a lot for food, that was very helpful to have that auto farm. And then, wow, there's something weird going on with the plants way at the back. I'm not sure if that's Optifine or if that's the game. That looks weird. But yeah, we have our crop farms here. We got wheat, potatoes, and carrots. Never put beets here. I didn't really know how to add it in without expanding this place. And then another mushroom farm. Over here we got an automatic pumpkin and melon farm. Looks like this one's stuck for some reason. I didn't turn this off, did I? But all of our pumpkins and melons end up here. Just works off of bud switches. Pretty simple stuff. Looks like, yeah, part of it's like jammed or something. I'm not sure what's going on there. Might have to fix that. I am going to be releasing a world download, so you guys can check out the world and see what we got. Up here we have the, I suppose I can't interact with that. Let's go to creative, turn that off. Up here we have the village, our mushroom village. Never finished the inside of the houses, but the outside looks kind of interesting. Could definitely use a lot of work, but we got all of our villagers here that we have transported over from our villager curing station, as well as now transferring them. We transferred a couple over from the end with our new village farm there, or villager breeder there. Up here we have a skeleton farm that, again, I never really used too much. It doesn't work all that great, but it was here, so I figured I might as well use it. Then if we head off in this direction, we have another big project that never really connected or made look nice, but this was the slime farm, which got me tons of slime, way more slime than I need. Right now it's pretty empty because I crafted most of it into blocks. I think I used it when we made the blaze farm. Used a bunch of slime blocks to stop the blazes from spawning so we could work on the farm. I think that's about it around here, though. You can kind of take a look around the outside. It's sort of weird to look at from out here. Definitely a strange and different perspective. So let's continue into the Nether and continue our tour. So right here we have our Nether hub that I spent, again, a lot of time making this upside down dome, kind of chained to the ceiling. I really like the design of this, not necessarily the block choices, but we kind of have limited choices, and I wanted to use stuff that I haven't used a whole lot in other places. So if we head over this way, this is obviously the first fortress that we found. Again, this is one of our most recent builds, our blaze farm here, made out of the prismarine, kind of strange and interesting. Oh, that's right, we're not in spectator mode right now. And then most of our stuff is off in this direction. We actually started out in the Nether right down here. Our first portal was right about here, and those were scary times. Very scary times. There's lots of times when I came into the Nether and was immediately shot upon by gas. But we no longer have the portal down here. I moved all my portals up to level 64 just so that I would have them all at the same level. I didn't have to have tunnels going up and down. And I made my Nether hub down here instead of up in the ceiling because I really like the Nether and I like being out in the open. It's kind of boring when you're just up in the ceiling. Eventually I wanted to make some nice bridges and tunnels coming off of here, going to different places. I did get started on that a little bit with these walkways, but obviously not a whole lot done here. Over here through this portal is the stronghold, the second stronghold that we found, and the closest to our base. That will take us right to the end. Had quite a few dragon fights down here, the original dragon fight as well as the new ones. And then recently started breeding up some villagers in here since they broke our villager curing station. And out here, way out here in the void, our Enderman farm that, again, we just built not too long ago, trying to get ender pearls so we could find, where is, he's invisible. That's weird. Why is he invisible? Well, that's fine. As long as he's actually here, that is fine. Look at them all go. This is kind of cool to watch. I definitely would have liked to have like a viewing platform up here so we could see it. Although that's not really too beneficial since you have to be down there. I mean, killing all the mobs, killing the Enderman. Back in the Nether, and if we head off way far to the north, this is the Nightmare Before Christmas project that I had started, and sadly we're not going to finish. I do want to do this in the new series though, so don't worry, we will bring this back. Hopefully I can kind of get set up enough to do some sort of Christmas town in time for that. But we'll have to see how it goes, see how quickly I can get set up, because that's kind of coming close. So even if I do something, get something done, I probably won't have a whole lot of time to make a nice Christmas town. But if we keep going off this way, eventually we will get to where I was going to move and start a new base. We came out here to a mesa right through that portal to get some hardened clay, get some new blocks for us. And I had this grand idea of making a nether base out floating over the lava. It would be a bunch of enclosed tubes and spheres, is sort of what I was thinking, with all of the farms and storage and enchanting and everything that you would need in a base all here, with portals going to the overworld for things that you need in the overworld. And it was going to be grand, and I never started on it. I think it was just kind of a daunting task. I would still like to do something like that. Again, I really like the Nether. I like looking out over the Nether, and it's something that a lot of people don't really... a lot of people don't spend a lot of time in here. You know, they're usually too afraid of dying, but I think it would have been a pretty epic build and very different than what you usually see. Maybe I will revisit that in the future. And now over this way, this portal we won't go through. That leads to our villager curing station. We've seen that quite a few times, and this is a system that I made to send the villagers to our village. Picks them up out of the portal and sends them down. There's even a little cart return that I really liked, but that no longer works. It has since been replaced by breeding villagers in the end and then sending them to our airlock right here. And this one we will go in to take a look at. So this is right at our spawn in this world. And we have an airlock system. The mobs, we pushed all of these blocks up. This is exactly where spawn is. Ooh, very interesting. When I spawned in this world, I went that way, I think. Kind of followed the dark oak forest and eventually found a nice little cave. And that's where we started the series. We will take a little trip there later. But since we want to stay underground and we don't want to have access to the above ground, I made a little cage for the mobs to spawn in, and then a little piston contraption to pull this grass block down and let the mobs fall down so that we could have them and we could transport them back to our village. And here's a little glimpse of what it looks like from the outside with all of its red stoniness. With just a tiny little room in the center. And down below you can actually see where I dug all the way from our original base. And in fact, these are my original mine shafts. Right here, I was looking for a swamp and found one. And I think we got some of the swamp flowers. I wanted those for some reason. I don't remember why exactly. But I had some grass growing there. And back this way is our original base. Ooh, crazy. So we started off, in our first episode, we found this spider dungeon, as well as another one. And we set up here, we dug out a little area for some trees, Eventually expanded that, put some mushrooms down. Episode 2, we were very hungry. We found 2 spider dungeons, episode 1, and we were able to find bread in the chests, and that's how we stayed alive. Episode 2, we were very hungry and had to go to the nether to get some mushrooms, because I could only find the brown mushrooms in these caves. Did some searching around, and so we went to the nether, and we lived off mushroom stew for a while. Eventually I expanded this place out. We got some more trees here, some enchanting once we went to the stronghold. Made a little automatic mushroom farm right here. And this is the first mine shaft, abandoned mine shaft that we found. And over this way, this is kind of cool to see from the outside. This is our first mob farm. Very simple design, uses trapdoors so that the mobs will hopefully walk off. They won't walk off now because we are in spectator mode, so they don't actually sense that we're here. But they will fall down. I got a lot of items early on from that. And then up here, this thing didn't work so well, but this was our mob spawning room when I was trying to get Endermen. In fact, I don't even see, there was a little hole that we went in to kill the mobs through. I don't even see an entrance to this place. That's weird. Maybe I just went and dug in way back when. But yeah, this was in an attempt to get, I think maybe witches and Endermen, because it was very hard finding those early on underground. So that was my solution. And then there's one more farm off this way. Yeah, we can see the giant tower. There should be 2 towers. Yep. So one of these I found, these are both spider dungeons. There's 3 of them in this one little area. And one of these I found the first episode. The other one I found later when I came and looked at it again, and made a spider farm here with our little, made a little farm on the inside with some really lame sheep, because this was kind of our wool farm. It was to get tons of strings so we can make the wool and have another building block. But ooh, man, it's been a long time since I've been here. Have the light blue sky and the quartz clouds. I think it turned out pretty nice. I definitely would have made this bigger if I made it more recently. And I think I did always have plans to kind of come back here and make it look a little bit better. But that just connects to this cave, which was one of the first caves that we started in. And in fact, let's go back to survival mode. I think my first diamonds were right here. And we found some mushrooms here as well. I remember being super excited. I think we came down like right through this area right here. And I saw the mushrooms and the and then later found the diamonds right there as well. Let's see, how do we get out of this place though? I believe it's off this way. I want to find the first place that we went through. Yep, back this way. Ooh, this is exciting. I think we've seen pretty much everything, so we're gonna end off the tour where this whole series started. We came down this giant cave here. I have since been over here in the last tour that we went to, or that we did. Kind of came and looked at it. This isn't where we came in. I just wanted to look because I forgot what was over here. But we came in over on this side. Came down with only 4, well, we had 4 saplings and a bunch of wood because we took down a tree before coming down. A whole new world lies beyond. The grass is greener on the other side. Something, let it go, snowman. Those, I think those were like Disney inspired sayings, and so I just said something, let it go. But it sounds like it's nighttime, which is a little scary. We're gonna go up to the surface though. Man, I can break this bedrock, or this obsidian pretty quickly actually. Hi. Ow. Okay, you're dead. We're gonna go up to the surface. And we're gonna end it off here. Hi. So the first tree I took down was, I think, right over here. It's where it all began. Let's stick some torches down. And let's put a sign down. I brought one with me. I hear something. Yep. Probably would have been a good idea to make sure it was daytime before doing this, but whatever. This is fine. We're above ground for the first time in the series. It's scary. Beyond this point lies underground. Ooh. It's the best I got. All right. Well, that is going to be it for today. I hope you have enjoyed. I hope you've enjoyed this series. It's been a long journey. We started almost 3 years ago. Only had 77 episodes, which isn't very good. Hopefully, our next series will be a little bit more frequent. There's been a lot of ups and downs to this series, to this world. But for the most part, it's been fun. It's been enjoyable. I'm happy to move on, though. And this is going to be it. So I hope you've enjoyed. We'll see you next time somewhere else. Goodbye, peoples.